Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is just after 5 a.m. Wednesday, January 30th. We are into part 88 of our Skylanders Giants Blind playthrough. Part 87, we just introduced Thumpback. Very impressive. I like his heroic challenge quite a bit. I guess somehow that first time we played I didn't see the bridge or something. I think that made all the difference in the world just for a slow character. If you had someone quick like Zap or Stealth Elf, I don't think it would matter. But once you know what you're doing, I don't think it'll be too bad. It's actually kind of a cool challenge in my opinion. That said, the other giants just did Light Core, Shroom Boom, then Thumpback, and now we're going to do Eye-Brawl. These three guys are insanely hard to find still at this point in time. I've never seen Light Core Shroom Boom locally. Mine came from Amazon, and outside of landing these two giants on Monday, I know some people have pictures of their stores being stocked with, Thumpback and Eye-Brawl. That is not the case where I'm at. Never seen him in person aside from when I walked in and picked him up. So I know that's the case for some people out there. Or you're like me and you've been trying the last couple of weeks, keep coming up empty. Like I said in the unboxings, be patient. Good things come to those who wait, and more importantly, you'll pay retail and not get screwed over paying more for something than it's really worth. But there's Thumpback. We're going to pull him and actually introduce Eye-Brawl. Again, out of everything that was left giant-wise that wasn't, available at launch, Eye-Brawl is who I was looking the most forward to.
I've got my eye on you.
Sweet. Okay, so new heroic challenge is available. 4 undead Skylanders collected elemental power increased. Have to say, he looks really cool, and I think that may be the best voice in the game outside of Flynn. I mean, if you just go with characters, that's a really cool voice in my opinion. Hopefully he gets some cool lines or something. That said, that is what Eye-Brawl. It's with him sitting there and the eye moving around. It's hard not to say Eyeball, but Eye-Brawl, he looks great in the game. Basically mimics what we see there. His intro is pretty cool. There's the backside there. You got the undead logo. You can kind of see where the wings attached to the eyeball. Let's go ahead and take a look at his stats before Flynn cuts us off here. Stats: max health 430, speed 20, armor 30, critical hit 50, elemental power 39. Again, bear in mind that would be 25, if not for the other characters. Upgrades. Alright, Haymaker, that's a fitting name. This is his box stock primary attack. Press A to throw some heavy punches. That's exactly what his pose looks like it's doing. Secondary attack, I Fly. He's got some great names so far. Press B to detach the eyeball and fly around. While flying, press A to shoot eye lasers. That's an incredible 1-2 combo in my opinion. I don't know what everything else is going to be like, but pretty sweet right out of the box in my opinion. First upgrade you can purchase is an Iron Team. Press Z to summon more eyeballs from the earth to attack enemies. That's kind of interesting. Next up is Awesome Ocublast. Eye Laser has a faster rate of fire. We then come in, we've got the Pummeler. Punch attacks do increased damage. Looks pretty cool as well. Then we have Headless, not Helpless. While flying the eyeball, his headless body will punch continuously. That's kind of cool, and bear in mind this is all like your basic upgrades. We're now to the point where you pick a path. It looks like we've got his primary, punch attack upgrade path on top, and then kind of the secondary or B button attack down below. So start out on the top. We've got Eye-Brawl combos. Press AA, hold B for eyeball spin. Press AA, hold Z for 360 spin. These are kind of typical for the brawler style stuff like see Slam Bam, Terrafin, etc. Next up is Ultimate Pummeler. Melee attacks do increased additional damage Looks almost like he added a spiked shield to his, hand, if you will. And then lastly, beats an eye patch. New armor provides additional protection. That will probably be the big draw to going down that path, is the armor. Probably plus 40, I'm not quite sure on the Giants how they do it. Next up is his secondary upgrade path, if you will, the one that would impact his Eye-Brawl attacks. Asserting independence. Eye-Brawl can now fly faster and for a longer duration. Next up is eye crawlers. When enemies are hit with eye lasers, eyes form around the point of impact. And lastly, we have bouncy bouncy. While flying the Eye-Brawl, press Z to bounce the eye on the ground. Could possibly see how that would come into effect if you're shooting lasers at the same time. Might be kind of cool. Either way, regardless if you go with his A or B button upgrade path, you can have his soul gem, and that's called you'll shoot your eye out, fittingly. Hold A to charge up a big eye cannonball shot. Soul gem is of course in the Oracle. So, looks like we'll probably have to play Eye-Brawl, kind of see how his base attacks go before we can, pick a path here. Off the top of my head, it looks like the top one would be better, just primarily because you get the extra armor. That said, depending on what the Eye-Brawl does and the lasers, we'll kind of see about the secondary path. Hopefully I can stay awake for this. I am pretty excited. I'm just extremely tired. Gonna come in and take a look at his quest now. Alright, so the first 6, Monster Masher, kill 1,000, Battle Champ, win 10, Heroic Challenge, don't take damage, Chow Hound, eat 50 pieces of food, Arena Artist, don't take damage, kill 7,500, buy a thread, defeat an evil undead Skylander, and then bossed around, let yourself be defeated by bosses 3 times. Most importantly is the character specific one for Eye-Brawl, and that is Gold Search. Collect 5,000 gold with the Eye-Brawl detached. That's probably going to take a long time to do. We'll kind of see how well we like him and kind of how that progresses. I guess the main thing, if there's ever treasure, just go ahead and fly around with the B button and then get it, and that way you'll work towards this goal. Maybe it won't be as daunting.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may remove your safety belts and come visit your captain. What? We don't have safety belts.
So
even more reason to stop by.
Quite sure what he's leaving. It's almost like a sulfur residue, but we're gonna go ahead and show you his A button. Okay, so the issue is there's kind of a lag between when he throws the right and the subsequent left. Secondary. Oh wow, that's pretty awesome. So you don't have to hold B, you can just kind of... I guess you would take damage though, so that's probably why later on, you can just press A continuously with that. Only issue is, I guess, before you upgrade, your body would probably still be just sitting there taking damage. That said, the eye shoots lasers so fast it may not matter. But now the fun stuff, we're going to go see what his heroic challenge is. Oh man. Like I said, I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm extremely tired. I'm actually real excited about this. There it is. Break the fakes. Put the trolls out of business by destroying their fakes. +4 speed. That's pretty sweet. Again, Cassie had sent me this stuff on the blog, I think, or a YouTube message, so I could add it to the list. Just hadn't had time, but here, by the time you see this video, I should have it up. The heroic challenge list will be updated with everything I know. So yeah, this one hopefully won't take us too many attempts, but we'll see what we can do. The good news is it doesn't say it's challenging, so I'm hoping it's not going to be like a double trouble type deal. We'll just play it and kind of see what happens.
Hellbite. Those trolls just don't know when to quit. Now they've taken to forging imitations of some very expensive works of art. What's worse is that they are selling them off as originals to unsuspecting patrons. Let's break up this ring by breaking as many of these imitations as you can. And the more each one is worth, the better.
3, 2, 1, go!
999? Good lord. I was thinking, you know, like what I was afraid of is that, you know, we were basically gonna have to come through here and, you know, not break some of them, and that would have been an issue, you know, especially with the giant. I think this is gonna drop a lot of frames, but you know, if you had a quick character, I think this would be pretty cool. This may take a lot of attempts. Not quite sure which route we should take. We really need to find the extra time. Luckily, he's a giant. You can go through there. I'm just kind of trying to clear out this staircase first. I was thinking, since that was giant specific, there would have been an extra time in there somewhere. Okay, so we're at the end of the ropes right there, and I think the eye has to go back to the body doesn't come to the eye, so we're basically going to, you know, stick to the punches for now, and then maybe try to formulate a strategy. If we could find like a, oh Lord, I do not necessarily want to take a teleporter. I'm not sure which way we should go with this.
1 minute remaining.
God, this one could be tough. I don't know which way to go. Okay, so I think no, that's okay. So we have a key, and the question is, where the heck is the gate? Seems like there it is. Maybe this is worth it. No. Yeah, we are almost there. If we could just find like the bonus time deal, we'd be like doing great. Oh, please don't be this close and not make it.
Heroic challenge complete. Excellent job.
Hallelujah. Okay. Obviously, the quicker the character, the better in this one. Since he is box stock and this is a first heroic challenge, we haven't taken him through the speed challenges yet, but there you go. Okay, so I have to say he did pretty well there, and we got pretty lucky the way things panned out. I guess we went and maybe, probably not the best route, but we took a route that was actually able to get it done with like 8 seconds left, so I'll take that, you know. But we'll go ahead back out of here. I think, you know, like when I go through there with a zap or a stealth elf, or, you know, heck, even maybe like a bouncer or something, there's probably somewhere there's a hidden time deal for the Giants, and you know, maybe like some more expensive pieces somewhere or something. So only issue will be now, you know, like if the regular Skylanders, you know, need the bombs or can get by without them because they're so much quicker, etc. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, and for now we're going to head back to the ship. Okay, he is almost level 2 as well, so that's kind of cool. Didn't seem like he had to deal with too many enemies there. Head up, let him collect all the money, and then I'm going to end this and go to bed. I'm really tired. That said, you know, we got quite a bit done tonight, you know, in terms of introductions.
Eye-Brawl.
One of my favorite things about the Giants is they can walk off that ledge without having to actually go back to the staircase. I know it's a minor thing, but it just kind of missed me that like the regular Skylanders can't do that. So when I'm a Giant, I just do that instead of taking the stairs. It saves time. I have to say, both Eye-Brawl and Thumpback look pretty dadgum promising. Both have pretty neat challenges. I think Eye-Brawl's may be the tougher challenge, but I feel like Thumpback's might be like the more enjoyable challenge, at least in terms of like playing it, you know, 40 to 90 times for all the characters. So take that for what you will. But there you have it. Again, this is Eye-Brawl. That's his base punch attacks, and then you can detach the eye and just kind of fly around. You can stay close by, but I'll head over here and you see that the body doesn't come to the eye, but the eye, I mean, yeah, the eye goes back to the body. So that's kind of why in his heroic challenge I just kind of stuck to the punches, because if the eye got too far ahead, then you would ultimately have to go back, and as you walk you would have nothing to smash and get, you know, money for to get out, you know, the $9.99 you need. So that was the idea there. But gotta say, both these Giants pretty nice. Really like Light Core Shroom Boom being able to shoot like the acid green mushrooms around. That's kind of cool. But basically what we accomplished in this recording session, going backwards, introduced, went over the stats, took on the heroic challenges of Undead Giant Eye-Brawl, Water Element Giant Thumpback, Life Element Light Core Shroom Boom, Earth Element, no, I'm sorry, Air Element Series 2 Lightning Rod, Earth Element Series 2 Prism Brick, Fire Element Series 2 Eruptor, and Life Element Series 2 Stealth Elf, and of course kicked it all off with Undead Element Series 2 Cinder. She is the glow-in-the-dark one, that's why she came up special. But I think we started at part 81, this is now part 88, so like I said, got a lot done. I'm really tired, and I feel like the worst recording was probably Cinder's, just because I was so incredibly tired. We did have a lot of frames drop in several of the videos, this one included. Hopefully commentary will sync up. There's really nothing I can do to prevent that stuff. If you wonder why I use the Newlanders so much more than the Giants, that's one of the big reasons. Just me trying to avoid the frames dropping. Crusher is one of my favorite Giants. I just, you know, his hammer, almost every time I use it, you know, at least in succession, it drops frames. So that's the logic there. Won't try to go too much into that stuff, but basically, you know, what I'll be doing, hopefully by the time you see this, I will have played Chaos with the Newlanders box stock, and you know, then I'll be working on getting everybody fully upgraded, get all that stuff recorded and uploaded, and you know, then come in, start in on our Nightmare mode. That one, I know the way I did this one and the other one, since they're blind playthroughs, this and Spyro's Adventure, kind of have to wing it, like right now, instead of doing chapters, we're introducing new characters, but it's because they just came out, so that's what's pertinent. Then we want to do the upgrades and everything, but since I do plan to do a playthrough on Nightmare Mode, once we get into that, I mean, if we do have any character introductions, it's not going to be many of them, and I may not even sort it with that part. I may just make it a separate deal and specifically title it Nightmare Mode. That way, say that Jade Flashwing shows up, I can like introduce her as part 112 or something, conceivably, and then we just have like part 1 through whatever that covers chapters 1 through 16 in the 4 adventure packs or something in Nightmare Mode. But I think that's the way I'll do it. But again, pretty good night. I'm really tired, but on the flip side, when I wake up I get to have birthday cake in the morning, so that's kind of nice thing to look forward to, I suppose, once a year. But finally landed Thumpback and Eye-Brawl. I've had Lightcore Shroom Boom for a while now. I just never got to put him on the portal and introduce him. So got that taken care of. Got all the characters I currently have now unboxed, introduced, their heroic challenge complete. Now I can take some of the characters, Jetvac, Terrafin, Slam Bam, etc. Go ahead and get them through some more heroic challenges. That'll of course allow us to get better stats and level the characters up, etc. So that is a good thing. But yeah, like I said, hopefully by the time you see this, part 89 will wind up being Lair of Chaos, and we'll just go in with no upgrades on any of our Skylanders, and hopefully have a good time taking Chaos down. And then we'll start the fun of the upgrading, and then of course after that we'll kind of tear off into Nightmare Mode, hopefully. So that said, Eye-Brawl, I was looking forward to him. He did not disappoint. I can, like I said, see why so many people are big fans of Thumpback as well. But questions, comments you can ask on the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. As always, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back, I guess, for part 89 of our Skylanders Giants Blind playthrough.